What up, everybody? We back at it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll,
Um,
I'll walk around. Solomon will walk around handing out cups of coffee to everybody while we're talking in the morning, and I'll go, "Oh, don't want
Okay.
to forget my friend," and I'll bring a cup and just dump it over the side of the well into the
into the lava.
thing with the. Okay.
No, I think you
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 get
mean the hole,
Frederick.
right? Like
Frederick.
no the well for the fire
Frederick
guy
or
for
yeah,
Frederick.
Frederick.
You get
Half a shot. All
put
right.
that in there.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, and
So
it's
yeah,
hot.
you do, wake up with at least, it seems like everybody slept. So that's good, I would think.
Yeah.
Um yeah. And yeah, the only one waking up with a headache is Sherwin.
Oh, me?
The
No.
rest,
No. I don't ever
no,
wake up with headaches.
never. Yep. But other than that, I guess it is discussing what to do next with this whole situation. The fire snake is just occasionally kind of glancing over the rim to see if you're still there, and if everything is, if it's if you're kind of leaving because they've been just not visible for some time when you were standing at the hole and discussing that. And it seems like this creature does not want to be just left there if at all possible. That is definitely like an intent, like a vibe you get from it.
I for sure that this out.
Well, Sherwin, did the crown help you solve anything with the sided stuff last night?
Oh, well, no, I don't believe it did. But, I think we just have to, take some time and think about it a little bit, I guess.
Can you at least
Yeah.
like maybe more eloquently explain it? Because we before the crown, it was kind of hard understanding what was going on.
Uh, yes, Sherwin could, for the sake of me having to run away from the computer real quick. I'm just gonna say Sherwin doesn't want to talk about it right now.
All right. Plan
Fair
for
enough.
this. I can always copy the last
I'll be right
little
back.
bit of note into the chat if you wanted to.
He
Like I
needs us
can
coffee.
give, yeah, I can give the information as well, technically. But
Yeah,
yeah,
well
he
that's okay, but
probably doesn't talk about it directly.
you can't talk while you're drinking a cup of Joe. And I'll hand him a coffee.
Yeah. What are you making the coffee out of? Just out of interest. Like, what
Doesn't
is it?
doesn't
Not
matter.
drink that
Doesn't
coffee.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, it tastes like coffee.
I'm
Yep.
not drinking that.
Just asking. Yep.
Yeah, I
So yeah.
missed a whole lot of the first part. Was there anything important that I missed? Because my Discord
You
went on the fritz.
you
No,
just drank like half the pot. That's
there's.
about it.
Yeah, you drank so much coffee. In fact, you got to do a Constitution saving throw. We all had to do
Yeah.
We threw you into the hole because that's what people do
it.
around here.
God damn it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're pretty much just discussing what you want to do while the fire snake is, checking if you're still there. And
So,
there will be some impatient whispers about, don't forget about the traps and just disable
And I
this
keep,
thing and pointing to the sphere.
we have
I
a
keep
little
checking and
dragon
making sure the
lord.
fire is there.
We need to have a little dragon lord powwow, little meeting here that we can get together.
All right. Now here's the thing. I don't think that we should go inside of that hole. If anything, we should just lie to Vulcan and say that everything is cool and it is safe in the location that we are currently at, which is not
so,
fully a lie. It is
so we
more
should
of a
gamble.
skew of the truth.
we should gamble everything we've accomplished up to this point and have it all utterly fail right in front of us by one simple lie instead of just taking care of the last task.
All right, so like just taking care of the last step is just drastically understating what you're asking us to do.
But we went into, like, think about it. We went into a Dragon Lord temple area. We got these objects. We had to fight our way through a labyrinth, minotaurs, all these creatures to get these items. Then we came all the way back. We fought an army, the leaders of an army, to disperse the army, all so that we could travel here, clean these
Mhm.
caves out, and then
Yep,
get
yep.
Vulcan to come out here so that we could reforge
Yeah.
these items. And we're going to chance all of that rather than go down that hole.
Yep. 100%.
I vote against that.
I vote against going down in the hole by whatever means necessary. Look, I don't like holes. I like airships. I like
You have
flying.
crawled down every hole we've come across.
Those are
You're
holes
ki-
that I knew which way I was going for the most part.
This
Yes, so you're-
sided hole was the size of like it fit a small child's toy. You just went right down it. We had to search that whole place just to find you.
Yeah, but I felt the breeze. I knew there was an other side to that
Esther,
thing.
There's
what are you
there's
talking
breeze
about?
down here.
Yeah,
Esther,
there's also whispers though, and there's also we threw something down there. It was very bright and shiny, and we waited for like ever for it to not hit the ground. So I'm just saying, your scrawny little arms and non-climbing ability, how you getting up and down out of that hole?
Yeah, I'll need help with that for sure.
See, like we got a dragon, but we don't know if there's anywhere to roost where it can land. It can't fly forever either. And if I'm worried about how long it can fly, you should probably be worried about how long we can fall.
Well, I can make us fall slower, and I can at least
Well, that's
fly,
not real helpful.
me out.
If it lasts forever, how far you can make us fall slow?
I mean, technically, I could just have Sherwin put light on a coin, and we fall down the hole. We throw it ahead of us, and when it bounces off something, I'll cast slow fall.
Oh, that's putting everything on quite literally a coin toss.
That's true, but it's just months of work. Months of work. We're just gonna throw it away.
All right. Shit. Well, here, I really hate you guys. I'll go, and I just go and get on the dragon. Like,
Okay.
give
Yeah.
give me something to put light on.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see if I have anything that can help you.
Have we gotten a long rest, right? We
You
did
have
mark that
gotten
on.
a long rest, yes.
Cool.
Sure.
I'm on the wrong character sheet. I have to
Death.
fix that.
Damn. I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Meanwhile, Squigs is on a solo mission out there in the city trying to figure out
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
They
you?
are talking. We're talking about going down the hole or not, and Esther is very strongly against the idea in general. Well, Soren also kind of, is weighing the fact that you did a lot of stuff that kind of seems to lead to that point. So, not going down there and then trying to lie to Vulcan in order to get him here.
By the way, that was all told to you in Solomon's speech, and he ends that with, "Yeah, Esther keeps saying that he hates holes, but he's a cat, and they just keep showing everybody this, so I don't really understand what he's talking about."
Yeah, and Esther is now kind of climbing on top of the dragon again. I guess in order to just fly down.
Esther, do you think that you and Little B can maybe check it out? I'll cast light on something, and you'll be able to see.
Put it on something that he can cover up.
That's a
so that
great
he can.
idea, Sherwood. Do you have
mean-
something small like a tuck away.
I don't want to risk you, friend Esther. The last time you went down, you got pretty toughed up. A dog.
You got bit
So
by
how
a
about
dog,
Yeah.
which is
what if
very
I went
ironic.
down? What if I went down on my steed?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Don't bring that thing back.
Me and
Can
Tut
you
Tut
see
could jump down.
Last time it
Fly?
was begging for death.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
that is maybe,
can
good use.
can
then.
can your steed fly?
No, but he
No.
he can fly straight down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose that is the intended direction.
That's the right direction.
That brings back the question though. What how would you get back up?
I'm so glad there's another smart person here.
Well, yep.
You're all in front of the elevator still, right? Like you haven't gone anywhere else.
No, yeah, I think we're still
Okay.
standing here where the tiny hut was.
Just checking. Yeah.
I think Sherwin would like be just kind of inching back closer to the hole though.
Mhm.
Like not like stealthily, like just kind of subconsciously, like rocking
Okay.
back and forth as he
So you
talks, but just
gravitate
like
towards it.
yeah.
Just taking steps every now and then.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like a little baby
Yeah.
move.
So you're probably like by the vat by now or something like that, closer to the
All right.
fire snake thing.
So hear me out. Tutso is trying to die, okay, and I can communicate with him up to 1 mile. All right. So he does his virtue,
The posture check.
and
Oh,
we can learn some
no.
information from him.
No,
You can even cast light on him
No.
if you want to watch it.
I still have nightmares. I still haunts my dreams.
Oh
And-
my god.
and
The problem is one head's pretty nice, the other one's pretty rude. I
It
think
was
it's,
such a freak of
you know,
it was such a freak of nature. It doesn't belong in
and
Oh,
they're
there.
I
fighting all the time, and I can hear them talking in my head sometimes. And
So, and all of God's creatures belong.
It's not one of
oh,
God's
this thing's
creatures.
an
not one of God's
abomination. It's
That
it's
is
a God's
certainly
undoing.
not one of God's. It
You just-
may have possibly been based on a few of God's creatures.
You
Got me
just
flunked
wait
out of
till you
paladin
see it.
school.
You
Yeah.
just wait till you see it. It's now that you have a different perspective, it's gonna haunt you.
Well, I mean, I have seen it before. I do remember seeing it.
Yeah.
It's different. It's just
He's
it's
cute.
different.
He's cute if you look
I-
at him the right way.
I don't know if cute is the appropriate.
There's a look in its eyes when you look into its just
Oh,
yeah,
it's pure terror.
yeah.
Terror,
It's like a black
Nothing but pain.
back bottomless void of just not of bad.
Every
pain and
time he's brought
misery.
into existence, he is just absolutely miserable, down to the bone.
So I mean I don't necessarily have anything that I could give you, Esther. Perhaps you have something in your pocket that I can maybe cast light on.
Oh, all right. I don't like go into my pocket, so this is like coins and like
Yeah.
random like knickknacks or
I
stolen
mean-
from like around the way. I
Probably
finally come
still like
on
a
to like
spoon from that house that you
we've
made.
we've
yeah,
tried
I
this
put- that's what
before.
I put up, like I pull out one of the spoons, just a silver spoon.
Silver
just like,
spoon, yeah.
All right, how about this?
We've tried this before. What if I summon my familiar, have it fly down there, and then you look through its eyes?
Yeah, we can do
That's-
that, and then just tell it to go down as far as it can go down, and then
I'll just
sit.
throw the lit whatever down the hole, and I'll tell it to go down until it sees the light.
Are you sure? I mean, Tut Tut really wants
well,
to kill
we're-
himself.
we're-
Oh,
He just, like-
no!
he puts the spoon back away and just pulls out like just a little copper coin.
Yeah.
I walk over
So are we
and
gonna
touch the
are we
coin.
walking back to the hole?
I mean, Sherwin might have on the way.
Well,
chilling.
there.
I
Walk
chilling.
slowly.
I would
Yep,
I would
trips.
I would have to walk back to Esther to cast light on the coin. But
Yes.
that after I did that,
So
I
it
would probably
depends.
turn around and then just start walking to the hole.
Yeah. Okay. So you're kind of, going there.
Now, Esther, watch out
And
for the lava.
it
Pa-
is still like really quiet here. Just every now and then you do hear, some stones, probably just loose stones falling. There's long echoes for that.
I'll call back to Sherwin. Hey, did you tell Esther about the lava?
Oh, I told him about the lava, and I see him coming right now.
Make sure you tell him it's trapped.
My computer's so slow.
Aw.
It's trapped, Esther.
It's
Be-
jumping
Sorry.
all over the place.
there
Should I
is
just put you with the others so you're in the right spot?
Yeah, just put me with the others. I just followed him.
there's no
Yeah.
arrows, but there is lava, and it is dangerous.
You walk by the
Much
the
more
other
dangerous
lava
than
vats
arrow
that
traps.
look like there's these vats of lava in the other room, and some obviously it's a place where you could work on metal. Um, it's there's traps somewhere, and the only sign that you can see now that you've been told that there is traps, there are definitely some scorch marks and some places where there's a little bit of residue of something on the ground, like the ground isn't quite even. So problem is there's a lot of that. So some of it might be from working. But you do see that there's a layer in some places of just obsidian, and it's like an added layer of stone on some of the stone slabs here.
So they look like pressure plate traps.
It looks a little bit like, no, not really, because it's just more like it's like a layer of stone on top of more stone, which just looks more like there was lava in other places than just inside the vats.
Esther,
that
not
cold-
everything's a trap. Some people are just trying to have real, genuine relationships.
You're not entirely like nobody told you what kind of like what would turn on the traps or what would trigger them at all. There are some, but as far as just like walking through the room, which you have done before, and that there was like a three-headed dog in there as well, did not seem to trigger it. So that's maybe a somewhat reassuring thing, possibly.
Okay. Interesting.
And
Seems as though that
it hasn't been
us.
triggered yet, as far as you know, unless the dog did trigger it and got hurt by it, and you didn't see it. Didn't look like it was completely burnt though when you met it. So
Yeah, it didn't look very bad.
no,
It looked very angry though.
it looked angry. Yeah, that is true.
Solomon, speaking of traps, yours are really big.
Sorry, my traps. Oh, look at this. Bam! And I just like shred out flex. Look at these. Oh, yeah.
He has some good traps.
Look out, Esther. There's traps everywhere. And I lay on the ground and flex my traps. Step on 'em.
Oh, there's a couple right there. Watch out. You're laying right on them.
Soren, Soren,
What's up?
how did I know what
Yeah.
his traps were?
Because the crown?
What?
Probably because you know about medicine stuff.
Dad,
Uh,
like you're a doctor and you're smarter.
I just always just prayed about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the simple-minded find everything easy.
So, all right,
You'll get used to it.
I'm just kind of working.
Everything's a lot more complicated.
I'm just kind of working my way through this now.
Yeah, it's everything. All of life is more complicated the smarter you are.
Well, that doesn't sound
Sounds
very
like it
fun at all.
sucks.
That doesn't sound very fun at all.
To be honest, it's not really. It comes with a lot of anxiety.
Well, watch
Oh,
out.
whatever brings that on.
Well, watch out for the traps right there.
If you all
Those are
want
some mighty
to-
traps.
I'll check. Can you tell me your charisma scores quickly? Because I haven't pulled them up yet.
Mine's a 12.
Just okay. Yours is 12. What's Esther's?
12.
12. Okay. Soren?
10.
10. Okay. So yeah, you wouldn't. Could Sharon just roll a d20 for me?
Oh no.
That's a
Just
17.
asking.
That's
17.
17.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, I'll look up the score for. Just gonna take a little bit. So I'm clicking. Okay, there we are. Solomon is
I think
14.
he's a 14.
Yeah, he's a 14. Okay. Yep. What I will say, like, just everybody in the group is only currently aware of the fact that Sherwin is reluctant to talk about whatever he might have, like, dreamt about or not. And you kind of have this, like, it's something that is probably only in the back of, I guess, Soren's mind, because, you know, Soren kind of has the intelligence to just remember things more, while Esther probably just shrugs it off as, you know, seems to be fine. And yeah, I guess Solomon as well. Just to figure out how, like, you know, how weird or not Sherwin is currently.
I feel like I
seeming.
did. I feel like I did tell everybody about my
Yes,
my dream. Okay.
you did. As in, well, not the one you just had, but the one before that. You did try to explain what you had seen before. You did not really want to talk about it this morning, so they don't know anything about that yet. But there is also other reasons, but let's go with that one for, you know.
We'll have time on our hands while we're waiting
Yeah.
for the familiar to go down the hole.
Definitely.
I'll go ahead and summon my raven, and that way we can get the process started.
Okay. So
Okay,
you've got a raven.
Throw the coin down the hole. Then I'll do your magic there, Esther, on the raven.
Mhm.
And then I'll tell him to go until he sees the light, and then look around and come back. So when he
Okay.
sees the light, it should be the bottom of the hole.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Interesting.
And
Couch
couch back all comfortable, like against little B.
Okay.
And say, all right, little B, watch my back.
Okay. Okay. So, yep, you'll let the raven just, like, you toss in the coin first, and I guess wait a few seconds or so.
Yeah, make sure it gets well enough ahead. Absolutely,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. And then the raven flies after, and Esther just goes into the raven's vision to see what the raven sees.
Can
Let's
you
see.
see what Raven sees?
Yeah.
Oh, well, while they're doing that, I'll Soren will, clean his hands of the whole thing. So you wanna talk?
Oh, what about what?
Well, the thing we were waiting for you to finish your coffee for.
Oh, that. What? I mean, I just I don't know if I've quite figured it all out yet. I know that well, see, Sidon's real real mad that I haven't delivered on my end of the bargain. You know, the whole finding Kyra thing, and the kind of like trapping her, so that way that they could get her, you know. And
Don't worry, bud. Don't let that get you down. We'll find a killer.
yeah,
No, we're not killing her. We're trying to end
yeah,
the dreams.
well,
Oh, we're not?
yeah,
Oh, all right.
and she, like I heard Kyrie in my dreams, and I think they got her, but I don't know, because I couldn't really see anything. Which bunch? It was pretty black.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
It was pretty ominous. I'll be 100% honest with you. My head hurts a little bit still. But I'm sure it'll all work out.
Oh, maybe
How is it just going to
we
work
could,
out?
Well, I mean,
you know,
we just keep fighting the good fight.
you know,
I'll never
in my
understand
world
faith.
and yours, when we're dealing with gods, best thing you can do is prayer. Maybe we could both pray to, or all three of us. You know, maybe Esther here while he's doing his weird bird shit. We could maybe lower our heads in prayer for Kyra.
Pray to Kyra or for Kyra?
Yep.
Esther
What?
can't hear you guys at all.
No, Esther doesn't hear anything while he's doing this. Um, just one note. Esther has dark vision. The Raven would not have dark vision unless it's like as a familiar has dark vision from something else that
Yeah,
is not
I
being a
was
Raven.
trying to say before he threw the coin in that I wanted to hand the coin to the Raven, but then he said he threw it in.
Yeah, you will see like a point of light, because they waited a few seconds and the light is shed in a
I mean,
radius that does not reach the Raven.
if Esther
Really?
tells me that he can't see anything through the Raven, I could resummon it and resummon something else. It'd take me a little
Yeah.
while.
And
Yep.
couldn't it just come back up?
Well, yeah, the
you-
Raven can come up, but he wants if he wants to change the form of the.
Yeah, I don't know if Soren would necessarily think of that. The Raven can't see very well.
Well, I mean,
But if
can't we just like
Esther can
retrospectively
talk.
say that I handed the coin to the Raven instead of you throwing it in the hole?
Like it could also hold the coin in its beak or claws.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
would
we'll
be
just do that then.
fine.
Have it hold in
Okay.
his claws, and it'll just have a little flashlight.
Okay. So it's a Raven with a flashlight. Cool.
And now I'm gonna definitely have to resummon this thing because it's gonna die.
Yeah. Okay. So a minute passes, and all that Esther sees really is I guess the Raven is probably kind of spiraling down the hole to get some kind of a view of the things.
yeah. Hopefully.
There's definitely the upper layer. You do see structures. There have been there are just those like wooden beams and obvious connective structures that held something, and also some kind of uh, well, some like walking bridges on the sides where you see just hollowed out stone. Um, it's definitely partly been mined. Like this upper layer, the first about minute that you just fly through this hole, you do see just mining traces of mining. There's definitely something has been carved out of those walls. But as you go down further, it stops being that at all, and it just kind of looks like broken edges at the edges of this. Um, it doesn't really taper down or anything. It's kind of the same width, sometimes even wider. Like it seems to kind of break through some bigger caverns. where it's a bit more, you have to, like, the raven has to make some bigger circles to actually see the ends of the caves. There's an occasional, like might have just been a bat or something that just scatters off into some kind of crevice. But nothing for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You do start hearing noises at about 3 minutes of circling down, which I'll say is not as fast as just falling, of course. So, you're down maybe like, let's see, the raven itself would have, let's see, 50 feet fly speed. Let's say, yeah, you're probably somewhere in like not quite 1,000 feet yet. Like, you can't really tell. It's like it's not, you're not down 1,000 feet yet. And it
Okay.
just goes and it goes, and it's still dark at the bottom. There's nothing. It's just darkness, and you do see just the like little critters really that just go as soon as they like get hit by the light. They just vanish, which does seem good because nothing is attacking you. But you do start to hear some kind of like noises every now and then that do seem a little bit like what you heard before. There's like a whistling. Um, you keep going down. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, it's still just going down. And it starts to get a little bit like wetter. You do see there's some kind of lichen or something like that growing on the walls. Some of it moves, and the raven will definitely not go too close to that. Like, it looks a bit like underwater plant life, and it's got little like the, it's no leaves on this because there's no light down here usually, but it looks a bit like corals, but flexible, and they seem to reach out for the light, but the raven just stays clear of that as far as he can, and only sees the movement, like there's little tentacles reaching out for it. 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, you're getting into a point where you completely, like, it's so hard to tell how far down you are because it's spiraling down and it's been a while. But it's like the cavern gets like there's a black residue sometimes on the walls, and this whistling gets louder. And yeah, let me see, what's the thing for this? I think it's like a wisdom save. It's yeah, it's a wisdom save. I think because it's your senses going through the thing right now, you make a wisdom save with your wisdom, which is me being nice because the raven wouldn't be that good at it.
I'm not great at it either.
Well, you're not. You might actually have the same. Raven has a 12.
I have a 12.
Yeah, so it's the same. Just, roll d20 plus 1 and we'll see what it does. Yeah. So there's some trouble. Like, the raven starts being a bit like flying a bit more erratically, and
Does it feel pain or anything? Because I can
no,
sense.
no, it's not. It doesn't feel anything. It's more like it's been a very regular kind of flight pattern so far, and then it just starts suddenly just going right into the middle of the hole and like flying completely in a different direction than you wanted. It sometimes just keeps like goes up for a little bit suddenly, like it's just going back. It sometimes seemed to like look for something it could attack. Um, it it's like you're being on a like it's a raven out of control more or less. It has its task to do, but it seems to just veer off the path very erratically and just does things that you don't know why. Like it suddenly attacks the air in front of it and then goes straight up, goes straight out, goes into any direction without you knowing why, that isn't down or following the spiral pattern. Um, yeah. It sometimes just kind of keeps flying like on the spot. There's a moment when it just kind of seems to freeze and like free falls for a little bit, and then it starts to flapping its wings again. You
Am
don't
I
know.
able to catch anything out of like anything more about the area while it's doing this craziness, or is it
Make a
like
perception check, and we'll see if you do. You just feel it being out of control. For that's obvious. $13. Um, you do see like there's it looks a bit like the cave around you, like this whole stone area has those traces of something that looks wet, like the light shining on it looks like it's a wet surface, but also quite dark. And you do definitely see very interesting, like there's patterns to the stone and all that, but you also start seeing a kind of like it almost looks a little bit like you just catch a glimpse of it. There's a piece of black fur that reminds you just for a second, like out of the corner of your eye, more or less, because the bird is keeps falling. Um, you think that looked a lot like the big dog thing that you like that Solomon threw down. And it's like a piece. It's like a square foot of fur that seems to be like attached to the wall, I guess.
interesting?
Um,
Yeah, at
yeah.
that I would break connection and be like,
Okay.
Sword, you need to unsummon that bird. It's lost its goddamn mind. So it was a
I'll go
good
ahead and
thing we
dismiss
didn't
it.
jump.
Wow,
Uh,
what did you see?
well, after a while, just kind of lost sense of how far down it was. But after you get down there good ways, first it looks like it was a mining, and then it looks like the bottom fell out, and then somewhere down there, there's this like sickly black like slime, and like everything looks wet, and there's like this like coral tentacle plant thing, and I saw pieces of the Cerberus you threw down. We threw down there. Uh, and there's this like high pitched whistling going on constantly. And then the bird lost
Interesting.
its mind, and the tentacles were like reaching for the bird and things like that. Like they were trying to eat it or eat the light or something like that. I'm not sure what's
Interesting.
going on, but it's a real good thing that we didn't go down there.
Can you do that again? The whole sense to the animal thing?
Uh, I mean, yeah.
I'll resummon the raven. I'm gonna go ahead and ask the raven. What did you feel whenever you lost orientation? Is the raven is not intelligent? I don't think so. I don't know if it would be able to answer that, but
It yeah, it's more like you would have the idea because it's the spiraling down does definitely take more time than just falling down a hole. Um he was like Esther was in that bird's mind for something around 6 minutes. Mm, and the bird, like, I guess the bird is kind of the last like real memory the bird would have is being like heavily confused and not really knowing what it was doing anyway. So that's maybe the most point. There is an actual moment where it felt like it lost its mind in a way. That is something that it would, that's a quite odd kind of thing to experience, and that is something it could definitely like recall. But it doesn't know what it really did after.
Well, why don't we see if the hole how far it goes up?
Well, I flew up out of it.
It goes all the way up to the surface.
It goes up to that top cavern that was in.
Yeah.
And then
There's
it stops
like,
there, or does
yeah.
it continue on?
It
No, it's
stops
a roof.
there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there any? So, do we have enough information that we could put together what this is?
So, I know that he thought that what I was talking about his mining tunnel. So what I believe it is I believe that this used to be a mining tunnel that fell out into some sort of abyss, and it's either eating everything that falls down in there, or it's creating these creatures some sort. So
You don't think
whatever
something
it
crawled
is,
up out of here to kill the giant Cerberus upstairs?
I think that
Something killed that giant
maybe,
Cerberus.
yeah, that could be it too. It was
'Cause that
tentacly,
thing
and
was
it
huge.
certainly seemed keen on eating something. And it was everywhere, the walls, every bit of it. And that gets bigger down there. It gets a whole lot bigger in that hole.
See, the thing that confuses me is if whatever came up out of this hole didn't leave because it didn't exit. If it only goes up to that one chamber, whatever made this hole would be too large to exit through the entrance that we came through. There's no
He's
large
probably still
hole
in that
exiting
damn
that,
hole.
so it's probably still down that hole. That's what I'm saying. Which means this
Yeah,
place is still dangerous.
which means that we aren't going to be fixing that anytime soon, because there's no way we're going down that hole. We ain't got no way coming back out.
Do we got to figure out a way to plug the hole?
All right, well, we got to figure out explosives. Do they know how to make high intensity cannons in this world?
I don't
Yeah, I
even know
got
what that
two
is.
right here.
I've heard
I
of
mean,
it.
you
I've
haven't
heard of a
seen any
cannon.
yet.
For cannons, big round metal things, you put a ball in the end.
I was thinking
Yep,
more
what-
ones that shot magical beams, but like they were based on those.
Magical beam cannons.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
they
like
were
standard on like every airship.
absolutely beautiful.
Makes sense to me.
I mean, I'll
They
take your
shoot
word for
rainbow
it.
lights of death.
Uh-huh.
It tracks. I mean, are you sure that Frederick has told you all the information that he knows? We could go
Frederick
back.
is my FAO.
Well, that's why I was saying we could go back and I could cast Zone of Truth on him. Maybe, maybe he'd have to cough up some information.
We could try. The problem is, it seems like that thing hasn't left that hole, so it doesn't know anything that's outside that room.
It's just like I feel like this is something that we need to do, yes, but it's not something that we can accomplish with the current set of tools that we have at our disposal. There's no way we're all making it down that hole and back out of it again.
I mean, if it's it sounds like what you're describing is some like realm where the laws of our world no longer apply, like some kind of place where, like, I'm
It
not
felt
gonna
like
lie,
I was
like
underwater when I was down there.
my first, well, when as you describe it, it makes me think that, Sidon's daughter, we found her under a temple. Like, there's a lot of, I don't know. Like, what if the Titans came up through this hole?
Well, I mean, isn't
But then how did they get out?
this whole place supposed to be a Titan that birthed the other Titans? Is it Terra
The
supposed
other
to be what we're standing on right now?
The whole continent.
Yeah, so like if she birthed the other Titans, inside of her is where Titans are made, right?
You think this is a big birthing canal?
Maybe.
But I don't think that's where
I don't know.
babies come from.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yes.
feel right. That
Look,
doesn't.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
how
about
It is
that.
Titans work.
now.
I don't know.
That
I
could
don't
be
know
We
just
about
could
like
go.
that.
We could go.
primordial Titan ooze down there.
We could go back to town. I could kick the shit out of that little kid and make him tell us what's up.
Nasty. It's still wet too.
So you think that
I
maybe
don't
that
think
is
that'll
what
work.
we should do? Maybe we should return to Vulcan.
You think we
I
should
don't
kick
like
it?
the idea
You think we should kick a
of
child?
wasting the trip. No, we're not going to kick a child. He thinks Vulcan is
I'll
a
kick
child because
anything.
he's short.
Anything that's
Vulcan's
physically
not a child.
real, I can kick.
Solomon is dwarfist.
Well, that's
I'm just putting it out there. Okay, I'm just
Oh,
putting it out
that's an
there.
accusation there, friend.
He's dwarfist. Okay, like,
Nobody
he
calls me
all,
dorkish and gets away with it.
he calls them all children.
well.
Well, he also calls me a child.
Okay, so
You
he's
are a
caddis
child,
too.
don't pat your head.
I,
I think he's heightist
Heightist. Okay, sure.
or
I'm not-
age
He-
confused.
He's
I'm
he's
not
definitely
fat at
one of
all.
the is.
Combination of both of those things.
Yeah.
I
That you
feel
guys just being mean. Solomon starts like almost
I
crying.
Aw.
I just know he's one of the is. Okay, he doesn't get along well with Vulcan. He's not kicking Vulcan.
well. That's
Look,
good.
we're gonna need to talk to Vulcan somehow, get him out of his shop. He's working on something in there. He seems real engrossed in it.
Okay,
He
well,
didn't really
let's-
give me the time of day, but I feel like he'll want to know that there's some weird black oozy coral living tentacle thingy coming out of a giant hole inside of his house.
Well, let's go. Let's go collect the cart and head back to town. It's
All
only a
right.
day away, so day there, day back. Hopefully with Vulcan.
We
We've
can
at least scouted. We've at least scouted the whole area. We now have answers, so that's good at least.
yeah, we're like almost there. I'm not going in that hole. Not without backup. I can't fight a wall. I don't know what you guys expect.
I actually can't fight a wall
Sounds
either.
good.
I could try. I could try to
Like
fight
real wet down
a
there, too.
wall.
Slimy,
Well,
nasty.
well, the water doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah, before we go into some kind of like eldritch horror upside down place, let's just go talk to Vulcan. I think that's probably the best
I
bet.
love this idea. I think that we are on the same track. I'll meet you guys outside. Jumps on top a little bit.
As,
Okay.
as soon as
Any-
they fly off, I'm gonna be like, Esther always makes people mad. Maybe this Vulcan meeting didn't go the way we thought.
Okay.
I
yeah.
mean, it is entirely possible that
Yeah,
It
in
was the
hindsight,
best
that feels
meeting
right.
of all the things. It was as good as a meeting as could ever be good in. It
Yeah.
was a beautiful meeting.
I waited till you flew off.
Yeah.
You don't know none of this. Yeah, that's Esther. That's Esther for you. Well, let's go back to the elevator. Let me cast the tiny hut again so we don't get blasted by flamethrowers and oil. And then we'll head upstairs and head back to the cart. Hopefully, the cart's where we left it.
Okay.
It was there when I left. So
Yeah.
I mean, so far, I mean, tracks of things that were murdering it. I taught the
Depends
horses how to
on
defend
now the
themselves.
last night. Yeah.
I also left that out to the. I taught
Yep.
the horses how to defend themselves.
What are we going to do if those dragon lords you talked about show up while we're driving with our cart?
I already flew off.
Oh. What are we going to do if those dragon lords that show up that Esther talked about?
well, I suppose that we'll just have to handle that when it happens.
I
I
mean,
guess that's true. We don't necessarily know they were mad at us either because everybody gets mad at Esther.
rinse and repeat. I'll try to make friends, then we'll end up
Fair.
completely annihilating them.
Whoa, what if they're nice?
I just said I'll try to make friends, and then
Oh, okay, yeah.
probably
'Cause
end up completely annihilating them.
we're dragon lords, they're dragon lords, so we're starting off with something in common.
Oh yeah.
Or epic rivals to the death.
They're not here.
That was definitely an Esther thing to say.
I wonder if they have if they have any churches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe churches too. Now that you're a little smarter, can you define your God?
Well, what do you mean? He created everything.
Just a vague pronoun. That's it.
Well, it's more about the faith. You just
Just a
you gotta believe. You gotta believe it's
Breaks out
not
into
in a
George Michael.
not in a particular thing. It's not like an actual God. It's just a belief in a creator.
well, I mean, whatever it is, they helped my wife come back and whoop some butt with with with, with with the shoes.
I need to. You know what? I need to experiment with this. What if I just have faith in nothing? Will I get spells?
He's a
Well,
good god. Yeah, he's not bad.
I mean, I suppose that could happen. I
What if I
dedicated.
just have faith in
Uh,
myself? Can I just dedicate myself spells?
well, it,
Well, we're just doing this now,
I,
aren't we?
I think that at the end of the day, you gotta have faith in yourself.
I'm walking and talking toward the elevator.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
Sorry,
Yep.
sorry, where are you going? Where you go?
Well, we come on. We can walk and talk. We can walk
Oh,
and talk.
sorry, I get caught up when I
Oh,
Yeah.
like
theology. That's your. Oh, I guess so. Debating theology
are
would
we
kind of be your thing, huh?
I
able
yeah.
to speed run this?
Yep.
I,
Okay. So you do get back
Time lapse.
to yes, to the elevator. You do use another spell to use the elevator to go up again, right? Because you're not climbing up the hole, so probably that.
Yes. Yes. Very much so.
And then you at the top, it's still like it is somewhat cleaner now that there's no huge Cerberus corpse lying around up there.
is it?
You do get back through the caves, and
Who Vulcan appreciates that we clean the place?
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's somewhat cleaner. Um, I don't think you threw all the little like chickeny things into the
Oh,
hole
we forgot the
yet.
stone chickens.
Yeah, so
Those
there's a
fucking
few
stoner
smaller
chickens
corpses every now and then.
sitting in their corners.
But yeah, not too much. Like that's all you get there. Um,
Stoning things.
it's stolen things. Yeah, you do absolutely get back to the upper part of this cave system and up to the exit there. And I can put you over there and get you all. Well, Squeaks isn't there anymore, but all the others are. So yeah, you're pretty much just and Esther is already out, like he's somewhere. But the rest of you is just kind of at the entrance of the cave now. And no big nothing of note really, other than you do see the, you know, tracks that you made yourselves and the traces of you fighting things, but that's all that is there.
Oh, remember when I stabbed that thing in the eye? That was sweet. Yeah, that
Oh,
was
with
fun.
the dragon's horn.
That was fun.
Which
It was
thing?
with the
You
tooth.
stabbed? Oh, you stabbed a lot of things in the eye.
Mhm.
Now that I
Yep.
think about it, that's kind of a recurring theme.
Yeah.
Kind of like it.
You walk up the little ledge. There's still a little bit of there's tracks that you now know must be those frog people, but you don't see any more of them. Just some tracks in the mud. The waterfalls just flowing as always. You get up to the surface level, and it's a nice little meadow with no horses and no cart on it.
Oh,
What?
Esther stole the cart.
I
Oh,
knew
He
it.
stole the
He
cart.
did it again.
oh, hi, Esther.
Yeah, Esther is already like flying off. It's like a tiny dot somewhere.
Oh
Sebastian
no, I never said that I
Theodore.
was flying off. I just said that I flew
Okay.
out cave.
Okay. So in that case, you might be around there somewhere. And you would have been the
Yeah.
first one to see that they're not there. So, you know, you had
So
a
the
few
horses and the
minutes.
cart are both gone?
Yes.
Interesting.
I think we got robbed. Who would steal? Stealing is so
Yeah.
underhanded.
Yeah,
mean-
who would do that? I worked hard for
Yeah.
that car.
Dirty
did that.
thieves.
That's us too. So
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Those like
No, but it's okay when we do it.
mom's favorite dad mugs and stuff. Like it was total. Yeah, that was not our cart.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe it's because.
Now it's
No,
Yeah, it's definitely not ours anymore.
I don't think it was ever ours
Can
if
I
it was
see-
stolen.
I want to look at the tracks.
Mhm.
Look
Yeah,
for
sure.
tracks.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Ooh, well, I was
I think
hoping
we
You
need to-
can
should
make it
probably-
survival if you like, but that's a thing.
We should probably buy horses or something.
we don't
we
need
have
to.
horses.
Oh no.
We have a horse.
That leaves us only
Yeah.
one option.
Solomon has a
Yeah.
horse.
Oh
have a horse.
no.
Nice. You see the tracks. They're pretty like they're with that check you do see that they're almost unnecessarily clear, like uncannily clear. They're leading along the in the direction of the town. Someone has apparently turned around the cart, and it looks like the horses and the cart were just, you know, driven off towards the city. And if you want to follow the tracks, it's like a 5-minute, not very difficult attempt of following those tracks to find the cart.
Oh, so they're close still. I'd be like, oh shit, they're close.
You do see,
He just
like, you
takes off.
see those tracks are really, really like deep.
They're fresh.
Yeah, and they look like you kind of have an idea how much of a how deep the tracks were when you rode the cart, like all of you in the cart. You sometimes see those tracks as well, and they're not as deep. Like it looks like
Okay.
the cart was about like twice as heavy or something, which then makes you
Okay.
maybe wonder about the horses.
Yeah. All right. I would be like, they ain't far away. They took the cart probably about 5 minutes about that way.
Who took the cart?
I don't know. I'm about to find out though. He hops up on little B.
Guess I'll just start walking toward town.
Oh shit! Well, I won't, and I'll cast Find Steed.
Oh no.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
distance. It comes
Oh
Tut
God,
Tut.
put it out of its misery.
One like shrieks and one like shouts. And Tut Tut is in front of us once more. I go, oh, that's a good boy,
I'll be
Tut
like,
Tut. And as
"Oh,
I'm
no."
petting it, it like hates my touch, like it, like freaks out. And I'm
Oh,
like, that's a good boy, and I hop on his back and I go, are you guys coming?
Oh no, no, no.
Come on, mount up.
Dibs on the
You
dragon.
see it now, don't you? You see it now, don't you?
I mean,
The dragon's too small, barely
it's-
fits Esther.
Oh well, that's
We both have to ride on this.
shotgun.
What is shotgun?
I guess
Shoot it,
that
I guess.
I guess just means so well I'll just
I still
I'll
have
just,
that fire spell. The
I'll-
big one.
I'll just
Yeah.
sit behind Solomon.
Yeah, because I have to
Okay.
steer it by holding both of the platypus bills and like directing it. So
Oh,
it does when I grab its platypus bills, it does make it quiet. It stops screaming and shrieking. I like to let go of them to be
okay.
like a horn, honk at people if they're in my way.
I'll hold on to your shell. I need to be as far away from the front as possible.
Oh,
You know,
man.
if you kind of peek around Solomon, you can kind of see one of those eyeballs that we were
Yeah,
talking
why would you
about.
want to do that?
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's the void.
I can't.
Yeah,
I just feel like I need to.
save it.
I just want to know more about it now.
What? I want to
Oh, he's
kill it to
happy.
put it out of its
You guys
misery.
see that? He's happy to see you.
See, he's happy.
I don't think it's not capable of feeling that feeling.
Well,
Oh, it usually yells "kill me" a lot more often. I think he's happy that
See?
he sees you guys again.
See, it just screamed to kill itself last time.
well, I
Okay,
mean,
what? You get up first. I'll get behind you.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Tut. And with that, we start taking off. Are we following Esther or are we going back towards town?
Both.
Oh, it's the same direction.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
same
Oh,
direction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Okay,
direction.
yeah.
So.
All
The
right, we're doing
cart's
it.
headed toward town, so we're just following the cart.
Um, as you're just walking along, it literally takes you 5 minutes to find the cart that is just left there with the horses, with like a pretty big, nice, like there's a nice patch of grass, and they also have between them there's a little heap of grains. Like they're feeding on grains
Oh.
and grass.
Oh, somebody took care of them.
I want to do a fly around and do like a search of the area, see if I see any people.
Okay, make a perception check.
We'll drop these guys off and give Tut Tut a belly rub,
Okay.
which he absolutely hates.
Yeah. um you you just see, like, even flying up, you can very clearly see the unnaturally deep tracks of the cart, and then nothing around it. Like, there's almost no other tracks other than there's a little bit of forest to one side where you do spot some, like squirrels and little birds in the trees. And quite in the distance, you also see a few. It's probably just some like big birds, possibly. Hard to tell. Very far off. Like there's some dots on the horizon, pretty much. Yeah, but other than that, you're looking for anyone around the cart, and you do see your friends.
Interesting. All right, I'll come in and land.
Mhm.
And so I don't see any like footprints.
No, it's like there's a few footprints that are. You do see the attempt of like not leaving any in some places where you do see that someone seems to have probably walked as you kind of get closer to it, where you see that the hoof prints of the horses and also the cart tracks have sometimes a little bit of a shape to it that looks a bit like someone probably might have walked in the tracks.
Interesting.
But
Well,
there was some attempt made to not leave too many tracks in any direction.
yeah, just kind of shrug. I mean, like, well, we got the horses back. Anything missing out of the cart that we know about? Because we haven't even gone through it all yet.
Yeah.
Actually, I think unless somebody repacked it, we tossed everything out of it onto the ground above the waterfall.
Oh, oh yeah.
it
So,
No, I
it
packed
has
it back
been
up. Packed it back
like
up.
it has like anything that you was still outside of the cart has been repacked into the cart. Like it's as complete as you can tell. Like if you know, just looking at it, looks pretty much like you left it. If anything, it's a bit more well tidy, I guess. Maybe like it's been just
oh, fantastic! We can
packed
return it.
together. Pretty much. The horses look really kind of very happy. Just
You think it was
munching.
Kyra?
Are the
We,
horses?
we did pray to her.
Well, it's got to be Kyra.
Are the
Ooh,
horses
this is
still
not
hitched up and everything?
suspicious at all.
It was somebody. It must have been nice. They took care of the horses. They gave them grain. Why would somebody who's laying a trap do that, or somebody bad?
Oh well, you'd be surprised the length somebody who's going to set a trap will go to. They may wait even years to take out that one target.
They go
Can't you
all the way
guys
to
just
length
believe in a little bit of
for
good in this
kindness.
world?
Yeah, they seem kind. I mean, usually the bandits aren't kind.
Well, who never knows if
My
they're
experience.
bandits? Could be assassins.
I mean, Esther, I've never known you to do anything kind like this.
You're right. That's why I
See?
don't trust her. I'm not a bandit or an assassin.
You're
I'm
a
just a
pirate.
pirate.
That's kind of you're like a sea bandit,
Yeah,
air
and
bandit.
also like a sea assassin. I am a multi-talented individual who excels at criminal activities.
Criminal
all
for
I know.
hire.
Well, I mean, if the price is right, of course.
Well, that's definitely that. Well, we got our. Can we release this poor creature back to where it came from, and we can just
Oh
drive
no,
the
I want to
cart?
hang out with them a little bit longer.
Oh, okay. Anybody
Don't
know how
you
to ride
remember
a
how I
drive
have to
a
dispel
wagon?
them? Remember how I have to
No.
dispel them?
I
Not
don't
good.
remember. I think I blocked that part.
Pretty much have to bash his brains in. So he's
Oh
gonna hang out with us a little
no.
bit longer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why don't you take the back trail back there to make sure we
Yeah.
don't
I'll
get
just
yeah
we'll
ambushed.
tag along.
Okay,
Okay.
just let me know when you do it so I can cover my ears.
All right.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you all get into the your little cart again.
Sherwin,
Who's
do you know how to
gonna
drive a car?
go
Oh,
where?
yeah. I'm aware of how to drive the cart.
Okay, I'll let you drive. I'll sit beside you.
I'm gonna jump back up on little B and circle over top.
Okay.
You,
Spam love.
I'm gonna pull up next to them really
know
quick
where-
and be like, "Do you boys have license to drive this vehicle?"
he does.
As your
I'm a paladin, okay?
Tut
Nothing
Tut
slips
just
past me,
goes,
all right? I don't want anybody breaking the law. Just like we're yelling just to get over.
Do you know where he stole this cart from? Sherwin,
Yes,
No.
technically I stole it.
you stole the cart.
I mean, I kind of stole it
Technically,
too.
yes.
You helped steal the cart.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I drove the cart out of there.
I didn't really
Okay,
know that that's what was going
guys.
on. I clothesline tackled somebody and I ran by
Well,
and then I jumped onto the
I'm
cart.
I'm licensed
We
to
got-
drive. All right.
Okay, we got lucky. Everything's repacked up. Let's just take it where you found it. We'll leave it there. We'll skedaddle before anybody notices, and we'll just hope for the best, right? Like you guys didn't take it in front of a bunch of people or anything, did you?
Well,
Most of the town.
What?
Most of the town. Sorry,
What?
tut. Keep it down.
like
Most of the
like
town.
there was a fair decent amount of a lot
Are
of
you
people.
guys going to be wanted when we come back?
Well, I mean, it depends on if the people that maybe they were like, hey, you know what, that it's meant to be. We got to go anyways. We're on we're on the road.
like maybe just like around the gate, I'll hop off, and you guys could go ahead, and I'll walk in on my own.
Oh, what
Sounds
you?
good. Yeah, I
what-
remember. I'm pretty sure as I was pulling out of town, I was yelling at everybody that they were a bunch of posers.
What?
Yep.
What?
Sure, everybody saw it. Yep.
I thought we were trying to convince people we were the Dragon Lords and we were on their side.
Yeah,
Well-
but I was
so
calling
cool.
everybody posers.
I mean, we
Yeah, but you didn't drive the cart recklessly through town or anything, did you? Like that. That's
100%.
not.
Yeah, 100%.
What? You endangered
100%.
children?
I even jumped off a ramp.
What?
Did yeah.
But
Yeah.
It was a good
And I
job.
There's-
drifted. I drifted a horse.
what? There's innocent people in the street. You guys could have got somebody killed.
Well,
well,
how
I
it
mean,
works in
right.
mysterious ways.
I mean, I guess somebody might have died. I didn't really check on the guy that I ran into
Look,
and
hold
knocked
on.
over.
That's a
Sherwood,
good point. Somebody
Sherwood,
probably died.
you're smart enough now to know this was a bad idea, right? Just check it in.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I don't
in
know, I think it was a good idea.
in retrospect, Esther might have been less than truthful when he said that this was our cart.
Yeah, that seems to be a theme. Okay, let's. I just glad I'm prepared for
Honestly-
what we're about to come into.
Honestly, it was justified for the sick tricks, and besides, they're all posers anyways.
Just take the cart back. Just take the cart back. We don't need this cart. We can get it. We'll get some horses or something.
Oh, we got
Sherwin,
Tut Tut.
as you go into the
Oh,
driver's
no.
seat of the cart, you see a very neatly folded letter.
Oh,
Like it's a piece of folded parchment with, it's folded. It's no description on it other than just the there's no address as such, but it's just written Soren on it.
Get your license
Oh.
and registration, sir.
so sorry. I just have this. I just this has Soren's name on it.
No,
He-
I've never gotten mail before.
Well, I
Esther is just like
think this is for
circling
you.
up top, like, what the fuck is taking
Why is
so
this
long?
taking so long? Yeah.
Does he have a license to fly that vehicle?
You
just
know,
see
I'm
Solomon
I'm not entirely
pointing
sure.
up.
How about here? You give me that. I'll read it out loud while we get started.
Okay.
Also,
Um,
side note, we gotta hide the cart before we get into town.
No,
Don't
we're
ask
returning the
why.
cart.
No, we
They
can't.
already
we
told me
told
what
us.
they told me what you did.
You fucking narcs.
He drifted a horse.
Yeah, quit
It
being
was
a poser.
awesome. You should have been there. Look, we can't give it back. Them's culticiding fuckers. He's lucky he's still alive. Well, maybe he isn't. I did shoot him pretty good.
It was her. Wow, that prayer thing worked.
Well, of course it worked.
What?
It
That's
says,
how prayers
What'd you
work.
say down there?
hold on.
I come back down and land.
it's
hold
it's
it
in
out, like-
Elvish. It's written in Elvish, but you can read
Oh,
Elvish.
that's-
So.
I can't read Nomus. So I'll hold out like I'm going to do a proclamation.
Mhm.
Soren, the Titans are following you. Their magic is close, and I cannot risk getting close to you. Please let Vulcan get back to his forge. We need to prepare for the war. Be careful. We really need your help. The Titans seem to amass all the powers they can already. K. I bet it stands for Kyra.
Oh, how mysterious! Oh, you think it stands for Kyra? That makes sense.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Klaus.
Oh, it could be Klaus.
Klaus can make it all the way out here.
And write in
Underestimate
Elvish.
his abilities.
Maybe he
Sure,
could.
Klaus can write Elvish. Yeah.
Maybe he was
Pretty sure it's
praying
Klaus.
praying real hard.
One
Yeah.
of these days, y'all are gonna understand Klaus is just a useless piece of shit.
Well, and no, that's very that's
Well, I mean,
uncalled for.
he's no more useless than anybody else. He's just a person.
I
mean, he
guarantee
feels
you,
like
you know,
way
Esther, you,
more useless than
Esther,
any of
you
us.
see me time and time again. I guarantee you, I could kill somebody with a useless piece of shit.
You could totally kill someone with class. I fully agree.
You could totally stab somebody in an eye with a piece of feces.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean, I die
I
today or
believe- I
You
believe
tomorrow.
could
you
beat
They'll get
someone
real sick.
into oblivion using class. I would love to
Yeah.
see it actually. Next time we're around two people at the same time and one of them is Klaus, you should probably beat someone with Klaus.
I don't
You know
think
why?
that's what he was thinking. I think he was thinking literal feces.
Yes,
Probably
I was.
was, but I was thinking about Klaus.
probably whatever that creature is he's
Which
riding,
equates-
it's feces.
You know what, Soren, you're probably right. That probably stands for Kyra.
That's what I'm thinking too, right? Like, I'm glad I got somebody else around.
And I could do it because I'm not a poser.
It's down for a killer, and this is a trap.
So, but this is not great. We have confirmation the Titans are watching us. So,
Oh,
not great.
I mean, I kind of told you they've been watching me the whole time.
Yeah, kind of.
well, yeah, but in your dreams
But now
feels
I
like
think that
more.
she said specifically Soren, which is weird.
Well, I
I
mean,
think
let's.
somebody's
do?
got a crush.
Well, you're getting me a little worried. Wow, I didn't
I-
do nothing.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm just gonna.
Inside check.
Solomon,
I mean, sure.
So-
She's
You
always
just
right in
roll,
books.
and you don't even have to tell anyone
mean,
what you're rolling if you like.
from this informant, I don't think that she's saying in her dreams, Sherwin. I think she's talking physically.
yeah, yeah, and it's,
What do you want me to roll?
Well, just you do have technically a choice of deception and persuasion. You don't have to tell us which one it is. You could just roll a d20 and then add whatever it is, or roll a d20 and not show any. one of
Anything
us?
charisma related is 0. So I'll just
So yeah.
Esther. As far as
amazing.
as far
love it.
Book Chester.
as
Honestly, I can't lie for nothing.
Yeah.
as far as it going to Soren, I mean, let's think about it for a second. You were doing some not nice things to Kyra, and she was doing some not nice things to back in your direction.
Yeah.
Uh,
I understand why she wouldn't send the letter to me.
well,
Why did she say that they're following him?
well, I think
Well, maybe she's just saying they're following us, but their letters to me, so it says follow
that's
you.
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, right.
And when we did, oh, you weren't there. I prayed to Kyra.
It's true. It
You
was a
did
beautiful.
what?
It was
And-
beautiful.
And they prayed to their gods, but I prayed to Kyra. Maybe that's why I got a note.
I talked to Kyra. Okay, well, I wouldn't say I prayed to her. That seems
it's
a lot.
first time I did a prayer my whole life. I thought it was pretty good. I closed my eyes and I said something about Kyra. I don't remember.
I believe
it's
in a
really
deity and I've never prayed once. That's really weird.
I think it's really cute because
That's
Kyra
kinda
like
weird.
Kyra like writes books and Esther Soren likes to read them. So it's like a
Oh,
match made
that-
in heaven. Look
Oh
at that.
wait,
And
what?
I like to steal them.
Oh, it's kind of like
mean-
that one woman we met that you punched her in the stomach and she like didn't feel it.
That was so
Oh, you
hot.
mean Sidon?
That was Sidon?
I think that
I'm
was.
like 90% sure that was Sidon.
I think that might have been Sidon's
Solomon has a
daughter.
thing for Sidon?
I guess so.
Wow, how progressive of you.
If Bahamut's colors are all the colors, all right.
Hey, honestly, I'm proud of you.
So
No,
Soren,
hey,
That's,
no,
that's
that's-
the point
that's a-
here.
That's a Titan. No, that's not good.
Soren, am I supposed to be this confused?
I'm generally this confused, yeah.
All right.
I see clear as
But
day.
Tut's very confused.
He seems a little happy
Oh, yeah,
right
but
now.
we should also definitely hide the wagon before we get into town.
No, we're returning the wagon.
We're not return. They're Sidon followers. Fuck them.
This is a
I'll just
shitty
drive
wagon.
right
Why
back.
did y'all
I'll
even
just
steal
drive
Oh,
this?
hey.
Shitty wagon. Now.
This-
It's a
I thought
glorified
there was gonna
cart.
be- Well, all right. So here's the thing: we
It's-
can lay it out, let them come and look at it, and then while they're out there, I go in and steal the good stuff.
You know, it's
I'm
kind
gonna
of funny.
I'm gonna reach back and I'm gonna grab Daddy's favorite little girl mug. Really,
Yeah.
really. This is
Wait.
the haul, guys. This is the haul. This is what we're gonna fight to keep a hold of.
Wait,
Why don't we just
look,
take this family back their
every
stuff?
little
It's
bit,
moving day.
Every little bit counts.
Not for
I bet
this.
you there's some boutique collector somewhere around here that'll give us good coin for that. I bet you.
This cart's not even gonna make it all the way to the next city we gotta go to.
But yeah, but it's gonna make us part of the way, and then if if it breaks down, oh well, free cart, not a big deal. We just get another one.
We'll hit
acquire
up
it.
Paylor. He owes us a
Paylor,
favor.
alright.
We'll ask for some horses.
Yeah, perfect. We'll get horses, and then we get cart, the seat. Then we'll just have more horses for our cart.
we do have
We don't
horses
need
right
one.
here.
We'll just
Yeah, we
give
got
these
two
back.
horses already.
We have to give the horses and the cart back?
Yes.
No, that's ridiculous.
What? These old mules in
ours.
this moving cart?
I got
think
a
we
fair
should
and
give
square.
it back.
Fair and square, yeah.
I kind of
I think
like
we should give it back.
I kind of like my daddy mug.
I mean, they left it just sitting there. It was almost like they was asking me to take it.
I'll make you another daddy mug.
Well, all right.
Oh.
It's really easy. Just a child could do it. Literally.
We need to start.
Yeah, but
do
I
we
also
need to start
found some
co-
good stuff
calling
in there, and I
Shu
like pull out like the expensive jade statue and the golden
Mhm.
rimmed bowl and stuff like that. And I was like, see, like
Yep.
I kind of figured we find more like stuff like this in here.
We don't even have a house to put that in, and anywhere we sell it is going to know where it came from.
I
I
think
care
we
if they
should
know
bring
where
it
it came
back.
from, as long as they give me money for it.
I think
Why
we
are they
should
going
bring
to
it
give you
back
money for it?
because
Because
I don't want to be
they know
calling
where it
Shu
came
and
from.
Daddy.
I don't even know where you sell where do you sell home decorations? Is that the
Oh,
is there a
I'll find a
pawn
guy.
shop that buys home decorations?
Oh, I'm sure I'll find somebody that'll buy. I promise you.
Now you're doing black market home decoration deals?
It's gonna start it all
Oh,
with
This is it's a
mug.
sacrificial bowl for Saturn. It's gotta be worth a pretty penny to the right people, right? And then if they really love it and they want to buy it and put it on their wall, boom, I get to kill them. Saturn follower. And I
This
get to
all
keep the
sounds
money
bad.
and the gold bowl, and I find the next one. It's gonna be perfect. It all full circle. Is that what you always say? It comes full circle? Yeah.
Nope,
Comes full circle.
that's not what I say. We should turk this cart back. We should just get a better one from Paylor.
No, I
Can
think
I
that we
buy
should keep
this?
them
Can I
both.
buy this?
Then we'll have
Can I
two
buy
carts
this
and
cart?
horses.
Can I buy this cart and everything in it, and then return it just so I can for this conversation to end?
6,000 gold.
Shit,
What?
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure I
let's-
have
let's-
that.
Let's just
Are
head
you-
to town. We'll figure out where
Yeah.
to get there.
You're moving in like you're about to like go to town though, right? Like that's
I
the
think
direction.
so.
So I mean,
Tut,
you
tut,
can
you're gonna see the
technically,
big city.
keep arguing while you're driving, no. It'll take you a little bit to get there. I guess Esther's probably going to, be on the lookout for things while you're
Yeah.
driving anyway, and be on
I'm flying above.
your
I'm
little
circling
friend,
above.
and just watch out. Make just a perception check to see how well that goes. And I mean, you
Sorry
have
about
very
that.
happy horses,
Stupid
and
problems.
nicely, like the cart is loaded in a way that's actually a bit better than before. It was a bit lopsided before. It's now a bit more, straight.
Weird flex, Kara.
Wow, she's
You
really good at organization. I'm kind of impressed.
The cart is driving really nice.
it's
See, even
it
Kyra says
works
that we
out.
Did
should
she
keep the
oil the apples? This is wow.
I'm behind you guys, just
Yeah.
like jumbling around
Yeah.
on Tut Tut, just the most uncomfortable ride ever.
Well, it's
Two legs are
Screaming.
like two legs are longer than the other two, so it's all just off balance and lurching.
yeah.
going
Guys
half
are really
sideways
missing
and
out.
shit.
Guys are really
Yep.
missing out back here.
Oh, great.
I refuse to look back at you.
Okay, that is fair.
I got to keep my eyes on the road here, Solomon.
Yeah,
But it sounds like a blast.
yeah.
From
So
what
you
I can
don't really see
it is
much
not
other
a
like,
blast.
yeah. It's a bit hard to not look in like some kind of weird fascination at that.
Whatever
But
the fuck is going on with that thing.
yeah. But you do look out a bit, more or less distracted in between.
Are we sure that he doesn't worship Baphomet?
Looks clear. That would make sense.
It-
Yeah.
It does. Like this creature looks like it came from hell or the
You're
abyss
just
or something.
totally mispronouncing him the whole time.
Like, I mean, if
So
you
much
think about it,
sense.
I'm an oath breaker. I'm an
Usually-
oath breaker.
Yeah.
on my world, it's called Bahamut, and he says Bahamut, and it sounds like Baphomet. I'm just saying, and that creature kind of makes me think demon.
You guys look back, like mistakenly look back, and I give you like a thumbs up, like yeah, we're
I,
going.
I think he's doing
You
really
see the
good,
big-
Soren. I think he's doing really good.
Yeah.
I'm a little suspicious.
I like wreck and get him back up, flip him over, and keep going again. Like we good, we good.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
oh, Soren, he's teaching him some tricks.
The only thing
I
as
just
to
tell you, I
what
think
you see.
I think he prays to the wrong one.
Oh wow. The only thing that you can see with your perception is that there is like where the you see some tracks every now and then that are not really using the road but are usually like going quite like obviously in not the road directions. They're all kind of heading north. Um of like, might be like an animal migration or something. There's definitely a few of those tracks that you can see. And
So
there's
you're saying all the tracks I'm seeing are all trending north?
it's like a north-south thing. It's definitely a trend. There is some like this road has not really been used because there was no real reason to get out of Astoria and risk being attacked by something. Um, it is as you get closer to the city, you do see that some people are trying to like get out of the city to maybe find some farming ground somewhere. Maybe like you do see just traces of people trying to, get out of the city that has had some problems with just the food for some time. But they do have the horn, as you all know, so it's not a lot. It's just some people, you know, looking if it gets better right outside the city, more or less, which it doesn't really. So, yeah. But there's some tracks that are using the road and are your usual carts and um, people on just with a bunch of like some cows or something just going to look for some grazing grounds. But that really only is quite close to the city. Further out, all that you can see is not really anything on the road, but instead, like this north-south kind of lines with tracks that just seem to, stooping down a little bit, seem to mainly point northward.
Sure. Yeah, I would definitely note that.
Mhm.
And I assume we're getting closer to the city, so I'd fly down and
Yeah.
tell everybody what I saw. Say like we're about to be up on the city, and it would be a good time to hide this cart.
Oh, I guess the people are feeling comfortable and starting to return to their lives. That's good.
Yeah, that's really
And
good.
we're not hiding the car. We're returning it.
I'm not returning it. I will kill people.
You don't need to
I
steal
know that
things
they're called
just for the sake of
Poseidon
steal
folk.
things.
It was steal things or murder their whole family.
What?
Didn't I
Why?
tell you
chose
this
the lesser.
conversation to
They're
end?
Poseidon followers.
They're leaving. They're
Yeah,
not
you're gonna let them
staying.
get away like that?
Yeah,
No, that means that they made their choice. They're the enemy.
I'm not gonna. We just got here. We've only lived here for like 3 months. We're hunting sighted followers around the world now.
Yeah, but I get dragons.
I just want to take down the Titans,
I'll
get
hunt
our
whoever the
dragons, and
fuck I
move on.
need to in order to get dragons.
You killing some family of sighted worshippers will not get you a dragon, or
Yeah, but
even
that's
get you
one less
closer to
sighted
getting a
worshiper.
dragon, which
Well,
changed
so
nothing.
far, we killed one Poseidon worshiper and got a dragon. I'm just saying, my math seems to add up.
No way. Your dragon blasted me in the face. Solomon got beat up by a sighted worshiper, and then the dragon stuck around.
Yeah, it was a slight misunderstanding between the two of you. I told you shouldn't say that.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, that's fine. Water under the bridge. But I'm just saying, it's not because we beat up a sighted follower. If anything, we got our ass kicked by a sighted follower.
Yeah, that's true. But dragon. So my logic still tracks.
No, it doesn't. Give the cart back.
No, we're not giving the cart back.
Yeah, okay.
I
As
earned that
you're-
cart fair and square. I
um,
told you I was gonna do it, and you didn't say anything. I said
I
I'm
was
gonna go
hanging
get us
out
a
by
cart, and you said okay. I'm gonna go out
Yeah.
here, and I'll wait for you at the edge of town. I was like, perfect. I'll see you there.
Mhm.
You should probably be ready to jump on. And then I
You
went and
left
got us
out
a
the
cart.
word steal. You left out the
I
word
didn't
steal.
steal it. I gave
I'm
it
not
to you.
So-
showing.
Solomon stands up out of a ditch, dusting himself off.
Yeah.
He flips Tut Tut back over. He only wrecks 3 times on the ride back. He walks up and he's like, "All right, we gotta settle this. Esther,
Mhm.
you like coins. So Sherwin, you like game of chance. How about we settle this with a coin flip?"
Oh, that sounds like fun.
You think I'm a gambler?
Oh no, I just said that. Now you are.
He is the oracle.
You're addicted. So you don't even remember it. I think it's quite a problem now, actually, for most of us. It's quite a burden. But so in your gambling ways, you can have a wager here, and just have an answer. Move on.
I mean,
I'm
do
gonna
you
look.
wanna,
I'm
like,
immediately looking at
persuade
Sherwin
them?
like you're gonna do this. I know that you're smart enough now not to do
Alright.
this. Really?
Heads, we don't
Uh,
give it back. Tails, we keep the cart.
Is it just funny? Is that what it is now? It's just fun. It's just funny.
I just like him climbing on the back of Tut Tut and wrapping my arms around Solomon.
Aw.
I mean, they say old age is your second childhood. I guess I should have expected this. What were you? What am I picking? A heads or a tails?
Yeah, heads we don't give. Heads we don't give them the cart. And tails we keep the cart.
Okay, I
Oh,
pick.
weird.
We
Did
give
you
the cart
notice that
back.
these coins have 2
I
different
don't think
sides
so.
on them?
All for that,
Crazy.
really. I really don't think you would.
I pick. We give the cart back. Whatever side that is, give the cart back. That's what I think. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
choice
the
I
one you
make.
didn't say.
I didn't. That's not one of the options.
Yeah.
Now, Esther, Soren, you have to agree. Whatever side comes up, we're doing that.
You know what? It's fine. Why don't we'll just get where we're going, and then I'll park the car for you guys, and we'll figure it out from there.
Oh, that sounds like a good plan.
Right?
Park the
Perfect.
cart right here. This
Yeah.
is a perfect spot. Look
Actually, you
right
know
there.
what? Sherwin got off the cart, right? I'm gonna scoot
Yeah.
over, grab the reins, and go.
Okay.
God.
So
Not stopping me now, and I'm going really slow.
I like
Okay.
walking the dragon up, like
Yeah.
just still walking next to him, be like, "Sort, just hear me out. You're,
Hold on,
you're
I gotta pay
not
attention.
very-
I'm gonna wreck.
Yeah, you should probably just pull back slightly on the reins. That'll stop the horses.
Oh,
That's
I'm
how
going
you
too
do that.
fast.
Animal handling
Yeah.
check.
I'm going too
Oh
fast.
no! Oh no!
We all know where I was going. I'm great at these.
Oh yeah.
What you want to
sure
do
you
is you want to
Hey,
just choke
you
up a little
are.
bit and
Let's
pull
go.
directly back towards yourself.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
You know, I
In
feel a little more
spite of
confident. I'm gonna
everything
speed
that
it up.
Esther says, yeah, you just kind of get kind of a feeling, just having the reins in your hand and feeling just the slight tug and feeling the reaction of the very very content horses that got fed very well. Yeah, it seems good. You speed up and they kind of trot very lightly along the path.
Like, Soren, think about it. Now this cart has been refurbished by Kyra herself. It's
I'm
basically
going
God
really
blessed.
fast.
It's, I'm like running next to him on the dragon,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
just like
no.
settling, just like Soren. Now, like you're gonna crash this thing, and then it just got fixed up. Like now, technically, these are God horses.
Is that what they say?
These are blessed horses, part of our blessing from Kyra. I'm just saying, this is technically our cart now.
Go horsey. How do you make it go faster?
You pull straight back.
I know that's not it.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what happens is you kind of get in that bickering way to like right up to the gate more or less. Like there's
I'm gonna drift it.
around the corner, yeah.
You just wait. Where's the ramp?
The there's a slight ramp and then there's a currently closed gate
Whoa, let's
because
not
you're coming in
rush.
through like the back gate that is being
Oh.
like it's not normally open all the time.
I would
Clear the
say,
gate!
as the face of the
I'm coming
party,
by fast.
Tut and Sherwin and Solomon run ahead, and we
Yeah.
pull up, a little bit in front of the arguing party behind us.
Yeah.
And I stop and I turn to the guards and I go, "Sup, poses? The Dragon Lords have returned. Open the gates."
Yeah.
Make a performance check, please.
All right.
Can I help?
Cool. You can.
I'm driving like a
Yeah.
bat out of hell.
It's like, just stop. Soren, this is ridiculous.
I'm
I
going
roll
like
dice with
Zamboni
the-
speed. Like it's
the
so
help.
slow.
Yeah,
Uh,
I get the help.
You completely like the guards that are currently on watch did not like they are not prepared for any of this, and just your delivery of this like the confidence you just they without any words you just kind of like automatically pull the lever that opens the gate. They don't even know how to respond or like
Yeah, and with a kick and a pterodactyl shriek from Tut Tut, we move on.
okay. So you do take that beast into the city, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Okay.
I bow my head
As
at
I-
both the
Love
guards.
it.
As I trot through the widely open gate, I'm gonna go like I'm about to hit something.
Okay. Yeah, it's you're pretty much like in the middle of the path there, so there's good, there you have
Watch out!
all the space all around you.
I'm coming through.
Yep.
I like fall slightly behind as he starts to ride off, and then as soon as he does, I like pat um pat little B, and I say, "All right, meet him up at the temple." And then I hop off and I start my roof running act to go check on that house because he has no idea where I got that cart. So
I have
Yeah.
no clue where he got the
I
card.
go, Soren, follow me. I'll show you where to bring that cup back.
After you. Oh, gotta watch Tut Tut.
Oh wow.
It's worse from the back.
So
Oh, what's wrong with my dump truck?
It's like it has a head back there.
Yeah, oh
I
god.
feel like both sides are staring at me.
it's after dusk. It is dark enough that the guards didn't, just you kind of played them well enough that they didn't even consider whatever you were sitting on as you were making your little demand of entry. Um, but they like yeah, it's currently maybe not so easy to see what it is if you're like, but it's making those noises.
I'm not
Um,
worried. Everybody
Yeah.
loves Tut
No.
Tut. He's probably,
Yeah.
by the fans of our game, everybody's favorite character. Let's be honest.
You
I do see that regularly in chat.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot about him. A lot of fan fiction. A lot of fan fiction flying
Oh,
around.
no.
Story stuff. Oh yeah.
Oh
The best
god.
fan art. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You do get into the city without it being without being pretty much just held back because of him. But like there's as you're like through the gate and probably going, at a trot, like you're not really slow right now, but there's like this hey, wait a minute, just behind you from the gate. But
Nope.
they're also like, whatever.
No time to
Not
chat.
a problem anymore.
These
I don't
guards
know
don't
how
get
to
paid enough, man.
I don't know how to stop this thing. I'll come back and talk to you later.
Okay. I guess they.
Esther
It's
just
not
straight up
even a
ignores him.
deception check at this point. I mean, you really think so, I guess. So yeah. Um, they're kind of shrugging it off. I mean, there's other guards for like in the city, so they're fine.
Can't stop. Gotta climb this building.
you veered off to the side as soon as you could. Uh, I guess walking on riding on the dragon that is walking. Is that what Esther does?
I had him hop up and put me on a roof, and then I told
Okay.
him to go.
Oh, go with the
Just
others. Yeah.
follow the others. Yeah.
Okay. So where in the city would the others go?
I'm
At this point, I'm
bringing him
following
to return
Solomon.
the cart.
Okay, so Solomon is the one leading the thing, and you're kind of
It's like
you
the
would
south
know
side,
where. Yeah, you would
southwest
know
side,
where.
kinda.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll put you on the city
And
map.
I want to position myself on the back side of the house that I know that they're about to show up in front of,
Mm-hmm.
and wait for the commotion to uprise before I try and get into the house and steal some more shit.
Okay. Sure.
Hey guys, how do I stop the cart?
You don't. You
You-
just.
I mean, you
Right.
rolled a
Oh.
good enough check that you will, after this moment of panic where you're just really unsure of what you're doing exactly, think of maybe trying to rein them in a little bit and just
Oh, that's right.
pull
Esther told me if I
slightly,
pull
not
on it,
too much. Yeah.
Esther told me if I pull on it, it'll make it go faster, so that probably makes it stop.
Yeah. Probably that.
Okay. That checks out. Okay,
Yeah,
I
but-
figured it out. Never mind, guys. I'll
But, yeah.
I want to basically just take this to the. I'm not going to go in the compound or whatever the wall, but I'll just take it to the gate and then just like
Mm.
somebody that's trying to return like your brother's stolen goods. I'm putting it on the front door and running away. Like I'm just gonna. I'll put
Okay.
it there and then I'm just hauling.
Okay. Yep. So, yeah, Esther, you kind of will probably hear them as you're trying to find a good way in, which I guess coming from the roof is probably one of the upper floor windows.
Yeah.
You
I
would
mean, I already
hear
know. I
them.
already had scope.
Yeah, exactly. So, yep, you. Oh wow, you hear the cart, and it could be any cart. You just hear cart wheels, but
Here's Tut Tut.
being parked, and also yes, a constant kind of screeching noise, and
And how do I
whatever
stop?
else does, and all that. Yes.
Screaming, how do I
And
stop?
then they're
Oh,
just-
never mind.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
there's-
never mind. I figured it out.
Exactly. And then just them leaving, which you will at least hear Tut Tut, because there's no way you wouldn't.
Hop
Kill
on,
me.
Soren. Hop on, Soren.
Oh
Tut Tut's
no!
glad you're with us.
I'm hopping on, even though I
Okay.
don't want to.
Oh, not like
Where-
that. Not like that. He doesn't like that.
Super
You guys,
stealthy
he doesn't like
exit.
anything.
Help
Where do we-
me.
You're right.
Where's the blacksmith? We need to go to the blacksmith.
All right, and we'll trot off. Tut Tut.
It's like
Okay.
right around the corner. It's not even far
Might as
away.
well.
It's really just down the street. Yeah, there's like
Yep.
the little market area, and it's just right there, and you park
You're
your
like
car
4
probably
doors
there.
down from
Yeah,
Good
you
luck.
probably it's 4 houses down, pretty much.
Come on, guys, we need to get off the street before we get caught.
Oh,
just
There's
4 doors
no
down,
one.
standing
It's
out
late
waiting on the
enough.
door.
Yeah, yeah. It's also the house. The shutters are mostly like closed on the house that you're trying to get into, but it's not too hard to get them to open. But it's also an empty house. There's pretty much nothing left. The only thing you could possibly steal out of it at this point is there's a few really big carpets on the floor of the former bedrooms
And exactly
that were
what I
just
figured.
too bothersome to take with them, so
Yeah.
they just left them. But there's no
Yeah,
one
I
currently
assume
living
they're
there.
gone.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I go back outside and get on the cart.
Okay.
And
Okay.
drive the cart to the church.
Okay.
God damn it.
I think just drive it right to the blacksmith and pull up and be like, they're gone.
All right. Well, in the
Okay,
meantime,
they're also going to the blacksmith.
would
I
we
think.
already have gotten into the
I would just go
blacksmith?
back with the group.
Yes, you would have gotten to the
Yeah.
blacksmith. Yeah.
So we're gonna pan in to like we're inside, and I'm gonna be like,
Yes.
All right,
Well,
guys, I'm gonna dispel Tut Tut. You're not gonna want to
No,
see this,
let
and
me
you'll
get
see
away
like
first.
the closing of the door as Sherwin and Soren go into the blacksmith, and as the door's closing, I'm like lifting my shield over my head over Tut Tut, and
oh,
as Esther pulls up, I'm just
Roll up
bashing
the
Tut Tut down, and then he
Esther's just like, oh shit.
turns to mist. I've dispelled
yeah,
my fine steed.
yeah,
Yeah, I
fine
forgot about
steam.
that. It's
Horrifying.
graphic every time.
Horrifying.
I just,
And
Yeah,
then like
doesn't get better.
when Esther pulls up, I'm like out of breath, like
yeah.
Esther, I thought we returned the cart.
Well, yeah, it's an empty house though, so ain't nobody using it.
Damn it! All right.
I told you guys they were running away. You don't think they were
Well,
going to continue on with that plan? I already looked
well,
in the house. It's empty as hell.
park it right next to Tut
Empty
Tut.
as hell.
Let's go in.
All right.
The door is still locked from the inside. Like there's a bar just over the door on the inside. It's a little bit loose, so there's, the inch that you can open the door before it just slams against that bolt. Um, or like a bar on the other side. But you can't get into that little forge that Vulcan has in the city because he's actually locked himself in.
Well, then you guys
You
see it
can
all.
try to convince him, but
We're just standing at the door,
yes,
like
you can
horrified.
go around the corner and get out of sight. That's not a problem. You can still, get away from it enough that you'll only hear it.
Soren, I
But
totally,
I've got my back
you will
turned
hear
with my
it.
hands. I got my back turned, my hands over my ears, like
Yeah.
facing the wall.
I totally understand what you mean now.
Yeah, yeah. It'll stick with you. You're
I,
gonna
it
remember
was
this thing.
it was fine till then, but then he that was
Yeah.
that was gross.
Yeah. Last time he used an axe, I think.
Hey, what
Oh,
are you
hey,
guys
y'all.
talking about?
Maybe that was just in my imagination.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Solomon, there's blood all over you again.
I need to knock on this door and not think about that. Vulcan, 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 let me in, please. Let me in.
You just hear some hammering and then just what from the inside.
Don't what me? We cleared out your blacksmith or forge. What? Smithy. We cleared out your smithy.
Let's try.
You hear him kind of shuffling to the door, and he does look through the little slit that seems to be kind of intentional by now because he seems to be talking to people through that, and just sees you. Oh yes.
Yeah, right. Services rendered. You said you would reforge these items for us, so we cleared out the smithy.
And we definitely
Yeah,
cleared it
let us
out,
in.
the whole thing, every last bit.
Let us in, young
All of
man,
it.
or you're gonna be in a big heap of trouble.
All the parts we can get to.
We went floor by floor. We cleared out as much as we could. We even traveled down to there's a large hole in there. We traveled down to the very bottom of it. We found some weird eldritch horror kind of
Thing.
stuff, like another dimension kind of thing. It was really weird, but whatever it is, it's not coming out of the hole, so the forge is safe.
Yeah, and we can't clear out dimensions.
Well, that sounds like you have some kind of perspective, and he mainly looks at Solomon. He opens the door actually, and goes just lets you in. Goes to the side enough for you to get in. It's uncomfortably warm in that quite small forge.
I'm gonna toss a scepter toward him to catch.
Okay. He catches it.
It's some kind of weird ore or something. We found it off one of the creatures calling itself a king.
Yeah.
When we were clearing them out, it's some kind of weird ore. It looked very strange, very exotic. I figured you could probably do something more of this than I could.
I gotta
Yeah.
tie it.
We also met some kind of like fire lizard creature that was trapped in the well.
Yeah.
Frederick.
Esther
I
told
made
us not to
sure.
let. Yeah, we nicknamed him Frederick. We told him we let him out. I learned his language. Actually, Sherwin learned it too.
Star,
So we
what's
communicated with him a
good?
little bit. He seemed like he wanted to get out, but we didn't let him out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's trapped.
He looks at the scepter and just like in a split second just goes, "Oh, nice! There's still adamantium down there.
Nothing.
That is good to know."
Yeah, but there's also the other thing we talked about.
D&D professor. I mean, I feel you.
Well,
Well,
that
we will
thing's
need
stuck in the
to-
hole.
I may or may not be
How
writing
big is
my
that
own
hole?
module.
Oh, it's a big
Oh.
hole.
It's a big hole.
Really big hole.
Doing it for a class.
Huge
There's no
asshole.
way we can get down and back out of that thing in no easy manner.
A huge asshole.
It's a huge ass.
It's daunting.
Like starts to. He will question you as much about it as he possibly can. How much do you like? Like what shape is it? What is there any kind of support to put anything over it? I need to know exactly. He
There
just
was
really
a
wants
there was
to
a
know.
There's a couple beams that seemed to go like horizontal across on some of the outsides, but it looked like a lot of the support that was in the middle of the floor had been given free.
Okay.
I would give him the
He
rundown
starts kind
the
of
inside.
calculating.
The
Yeah.
yeah, it looked like the floor on the second floor down where the forge is and the floor above that were both had a huge hole in it. So it's
Yeah.
gonna require some work.
So he starts kind of you see him starting to think, and he does take some notes on like a metal tablet with a kind of a stylus. It seems to do kind of what your quill does, though. Like it just seems to write on it without any
Oh,
exertion
I
of
want
power.
one of those.
And it
Kid
yeah,
ringtone.
he does absolutely take notes of this. We will have to kind of stop here. We will figure, like, I'll tell you what he will like what his plan is. And also another thing, if you stay a night in the city, you'll all be able to level up. Because he did
Ooh.
not actually die in that hole. So I'll just say you all go to
Hey.
level 6.
Well,
So
let's
whatever you need
go.
at this point, you just, you know,
Yeah, that's what I'm
go all
talking
the way
about.
to level 6.
All
You
like
almost
50
sent me to my
XP.
death. There.
You didn't die, so that is really good.
Yeah.
Who,
And
me?
yeah.
I mean,
I didn't do it.
So wait, we get whatever XP we would need
Whatever
to level
you
up?
need to go to the next level, yeah.
Sweet.
Because that way it's easier to keep you all together a little bit more.
All right.
Mainly. Also, that
heck a
was a
doodle
nice
do.
display of your steed.
Heck a doodle
I
do.
agree.
Oh my
And we will
god.
figure
Everybody's
out
Beautiful.
how much of a like
Oh,
what that
that
did
fucking
to
thing.
any accidental onlookers.
It's horrifying.
I drew a
Everybody
picture of
loves
it.
them. I need to get a shirt that says "Tut Tut" on the front, and on the back
Oh.
it says "I'm no poser."
In real life or as Solomon?
No, in real life. In real
Okay.
life,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's terrible. It's
I
like
mean-
a
Oh, we
two-headed
ordered some clothes
platypus
before we left.
with like
Yeah,
that's
we did.
Oh yeah.
It's been a couple
It's-
days. Those all the robes and
Some
everything for you guys'
really
church
nice
to be ready.
robes.
it's terrible.
You can get those. You can, you know.
Sweet.
Oh, the other thing that I wanted to mention as you get into the forge, Esther,
Sissy check.
your little Drake is kind of just like running up at you. He was in
Oh,
there.
Squigs?
Yeah. Squeaks
Okay.
just kind of
Nice.
I immediately
runs up.
start chatting with Squigs and like,
Yeah.
so what's up? Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, good to see you. I forgot to mention that I would have whistled for him when we got into the city, but I was doing sneaky shit.
Yeah,
Mm.
he would have
Mm.
he would have noticed anyway, but as soon as you got into the forge there, he would have seen you anyway. So
Yeah,
almost
cool.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would immediately
yeah.
start
I
chatting with
mean-
Squigs and tell him to catch me up.
Yeah.
Touche.
There's not all that much. He tells you that he met Kyra, and he got a little bit of a very nice nap in this forge. You see a little
I got
area
a
where there's
sneeze coming.
one of the beams that is right in the corner, like between the roof. There's a little, like it almost looks like a little
Basically,
nest.
the reincarnation of
Yeah.
Michelangelo.
Some kind of rags. He was curled up there, like ready to go to sleep, probably.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
yeah, he
I just
just
scratching
tells
me
you, yeah,
jumped up
I've
on my
met
shoulder.
Kyra, and she said hi. She asked for you if you were there.
She's doing okay. Just kind of like look around and then Draconic, like real quietly, like she's doing okay. Like,
Okay. He would tell you that you looked a bit worried. Like, and it's not like
As
he's
best
got
you
any
can.
real like big insights into how like what she would have thought at that point. She looked a little bit
Yeah.
worried, but otherwise fine. She didn't look hurt at all.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I'd be like, all right, good boy. And I'd just
Yep.
like tell him to huddle up, just so he can lay down on my shoulders like he always
Yeah.
does and pass out if he wants to.
He'll do
Then
exactly that.
good.
So you have Squeaks back. You're all with Vulcan now. There's he's like started to calculate ways to possibly plug a big hole. Like he's trying to figure out the statics of that mostly, as far as you can tell. I think the one that can tell best is probably Soren, because he like starts some math on that, and Sherwin now, actually. Like you recognize things that is weird. And well, Solomon is like, do you get bloody from dispelling your mount? Because it's
No, he just
not
turns
really,
to
right?
like
It's
a shimmering dust.
yeah, so it's more like yeah. So at least you're not looking like you just murdered the thing, but
No.
just breathing
but
heavily.
Tut
Pretty
always
much.
looks grateful as he delivers the final blow, and that's the
Yeah.
part that's like,
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a mercy kill for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you got there, and after your next rest, you'll be level 6, and we'll
Sweet.
figure out how what Vulcan has been working on.
I got a new
guess.
spell.
Yeah.
It's called Remove
Nice.
Curse. I'm hoping it helps.
Ooh. Yeah. Now you just have to figure out some stuff. One more thing that you would have noticed is that, like, all of you noticed that the city is somewhat decorated a little bit. Esther already kind of knew that, but like there's some decorations around.
Oh, what are those decorations gonna mean? What are we gonna do now that we have leveled up? Come back next week, hang out. Appreciate y'all. Until next time.